Good morning. We travel now from the high numbers of 4-color comics to the strange numberings of our 2 tales from Dell's run of issues, for even comic book numbering can be skewed in the Twilight Zone. Many Dell comics in 1962 began charging more for their printed material, particularly for their licensed properties. Along with this, they created their own unique way of marking the issue number, called new numbering. These 8 digits, in particular for today's comic book, can be broken down as such. 01 indicates its price, in this case being a 15-cent comic, the 860 being a 3-digit code assigned to a series, which in this case, 860 is the Twilight Zone, and the final 3 numbers being first, the year, in this case a 2 meaning 1962, and the 07 indicating the month, in this case, July. It's uncertain how this numbering would operate had it continued into the 1970s, but fortunately it did not. Let us first begin with The Man from Nowhere. The time, then present, 1962. The place, Bolivar Airport in the Amazon jungle, where pilot Van Holden arrives 30 years too late. He was reported missing 30 years ago, but from his perspective, he only left a week before. Nobody believes his story about what happened during that week, and it is a tall tale to be sure. His plane was shot down and his shoulder injured in the jungle, but he came across the mythical city of gold called Cibola. Nursed back to health, Van Holden finds himself attracted to the city's healer, Azura, and the wonders of the city, including its strange medicines and building tools. His greed overwhelms him, though, and he takes some gold out of the city and leaves on the plane again in the hopes of bringing back men to conquer the lost city. But the bag he had with him contained only pebbles and dust. He plays along with the doctors who try to make him think it was all an illusion, eventually stealing his plane again and setting off back for Cibola. When the airbase sends out a search party, they find nothing but a 30-year-old wreck of a plane, and no sign of Van Holden. From one man of the past to another, we move on to Beyond the Window, the story of curmudgeon Max Hansen. Max is a man who finds the modern world a place of noise and insolence, from the streets to his home, where his conniving niece and nephew plan to own his house and property once he dies. But while cleaning a window in the attic, Max Hansen finds the view a bit more spectacular, gazing out into the past and all his old friends and loves. And by climbing out of that window, he's reunited with his beloved wife and his youth. His niece and nephew try to discourage him, saying he's nothing but an old fool, and clear away his belongings in the attic. But Max knows the truth. One night, he hears the window calling again, and he steps through it once more, for the last time. His niece and nephew never find him again, but of course, we know exactly where he is, pitching a baseball in the past, where he belongs. But while Max Hansen can count himself as lucky, our final tale brings us Hard Luck Harvey. Harvey Burlap is a walking disaster area, clumsily making his way through life with his superstitions that prove a little too true when he's knocking over eggs, missing opportunities, and smashing himself with hammers. One of his rivals at work, Rick, offers poor Harvey a purple rabbit's foot, claiming it'll turn his luck around, and poor Harvey, sucker that he is, falls for it. But it seems there may be a bit of magic in that old foot, since Harvey's luck quickly turns around, getting new sales, new confidence in himself, and even getting the girl he pines for. Rick tries to discourage him as his own luck starts failing rapidly, but instead he ends up inspiring Harvey to create a new million-dollar idea. The change of fortune gets worse for Rick, though, as he soon becomes obsessed with good luck charms, eventually finding himself fired and having to steal them, while Hard Luck Harvey finds himself a millionaire. One man out of the past, another back in it, and finally, one building a new future. Just 3 tales of history, destiny, and fortunes fulfilled in the Twilight Zone.